So I'm back from my holidays, and for the past few days I've been playing the newly released Surgeon and Baibars DLC for Stronghold Crusader Definitive Edition. The DLC offers a new Sands of Time trail and 2 new AI lords. However, after playing through everything, I have to say, it's done very little to lessen my fatigue with Crusader Definitive Edition. The DLC offers essentially the same deal as we got with the previous Bedouin and Bullseye DLC, but once again there's very little here to shake up the formula, and that's really my biggest problem with Crusader at the moment. I love this game, but I'm starting to feel like we've seen everything it has to offer. So let's take a look at the new DLC and the free update and why I think Crusader needs something new. First up, the new Sands of Time Trail, Trail of the Vulture, offers much of what fans have come to expect. You get a variety of skirmish matches with an array of challenges such as being heavily outnumbered, having no grasslands on the map for food and ale production, and having to deal with enemy mercenary posts. And overall, the new Sands of Time Trail is a good challenge. There are some really difficult matches here, and if you enjoy the Sands of Time Trails, there's definitely some fun to be had. But it also carries on one of my biggest gripes with the previous trails released with the DLC. You never seem to have any allies. There are 2 missions where you have an ally, but it's only 1, and it just leads to each match following the same basic formula. You survive at the start, build yourself up, and then eventually attack. There's little reason to actually defend your own ally, because you're just so heavily outnumbered in the first place. And I think that's a missed opportunity. I'd love to see more scenarios where your allies play a large part in the game, providing some real late game impact if kept in the game.
A message from the snake.
Oh, spare me. I wanted only to be your ally. Really, I did.
Still, the new Sands of Time Trail is just more of the Crusader we love. The 2 new AI Lords are a nice addition, bringing Crusader's impressive AI Lord roster up to 29. Both are Arabic Lords that focus heavily on Arabic and Bedouin units, and they both bring a good challenge to the game. They're both quite aggressive and provide some good castle defense, but they also play quite differently from one another. The Baibar reminds me of the Caliph. He uses pitch to surround his moat and regularly attacks your base with a mix of Bedouin units such as sappers, demolishers and eunuchs, backed up well with Arabian archers. He also puts some serious pressure on you, especially once those Bedouin units start appearing in large numbers.
This looks poor. Maybe once again escape is my only option.
The Surgeon, meanwhile, is much more defensive. He has a strong castle with crossbows on the walls and reminds me of Saladin. He harasses you early in the game with skirmishers and lancers before building large armies late game consisting mainly of pikemen, skirmishers, trebs and healers. So both lords are a good addition. They're both fun to play against and they offer a good challenge, and I've enjoyed seeing more of the Bedouin units being used by the AI. But once again, there is one area where I think the new lords really fall short. The taunts for the new lords are again their biggest weakness in my view.
A message, Lord.
Theoretically, that should have been an easy victory. I will need to rethink this.
While they are fun to play against, their dialogue just pales in comparison to the taunts from the original lords in the game. And this has been the case for most of the other new lords added through previous DLCs and the original Definitive Edition. They need to go back to the lords being over the top and silly, with strong personalities like the lords in the original Crusader.
My walls are strong. My men are in good heart. Bring on your slings and arrows.
The original lords had memorable lines. You could instantly tell who was speaking and their personalities became a huge part of the experience. The lines from the new lords just aren't that interesting or memorable, and I really think Firefly should try and bring that personality back, because the lords are such an important part of what made Crusader special in the first place. As well as the new DLC, Firefly has also released a free update including 3 new maps and a new co-op skirmish trail. The 3 new maps, Lush Crossover, Bypass and Rivers of Life, are all fun and interesting. Lush Crossover is a skirmish map that draws players into the middle of the map to fight over resources and grassland. Bypass is another skirmish map that greatly restricts routes around the map, forcing players to take out other lords in a specific order. And the River of Life is a new free build map that allows the player to pick from 3 starter locations on the map, all of which offer different terrain types, be it swamp, hilly or grassland, giving players full control over the terrain and resources they wish to start with. It's a fun take on free build and hopefully we'll see more of this in free build maps to come. All 3 new maps are fun additions and give players more options, which is always appreciated. The co-op trail, Dancing with Scorpions, offers fans what we've come to expect from these trails. It provides a good challenge for players to work through with their friends.
You don't have any friends. Nobody likes you.
Battles often get absolutely insane, especially with mercenary posts from Extreme being included in so many of the maps. If you enjoy playing the co-op trial, there's definitely some fun to be had here, but once again it's more of what we've already had, and that brings me to the biggest issue I've had with this update. All in all, it's a decent update for fans hoping for a bit more content from an already hugely expanded game, but it offers absolutely nothing new. It's just more skirmish, more maps, and 2 new lords, and if you want more of the same, that's awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. But if, like me, you were hoping Firefly would shake things up a bit, it all just comes across as not very interesting. And this is why I'm starting to feel Crusader fatigue. It's not because Crusader was bad, quite the opposite. I love Crusader, but nothing new is really being offered with these DLCs, and nothing has been fixed or changed in the core gameplay. It's still just Crusader, with some new units, new lords, better graphics, and modernisation. And after all the DLC and updates we've received, I think it's time for Firefly to try something different. Personally, I think Firefly need to take inspiration from other RTS franchises that have added new modes through DLC. For example, Age of Mythology's Arena of the Gods, which adds a roguelike experience to the game, or Company of Heroes 3 Final Stand DLC, where players work together to defend their base. That kind of thing could work really well in Crusader, and it actually reminds me of Invasion mode from Stronghold 1. Imagine getting a proper co-op invasion mode in Crusader Definitive Edition. You and your friends build up your castle, prepare your economy and defences, and then have to survive wave after wave of enemies. That would give players a completely different experience to the standard skirmish experience you find in the game. And it doesn't have to stop there. Why not add new multiplayer and skirmish modes like King of the Hill? Add some new units, add some new buildings, and why not make AI diplomacy more impactful, with abilities for the AI to change side mid-match, or surrender when outnumbered. Something new to shake up the game. Because for future DLC, I personally think this is what Crusader needs. It's just got repetitive for me now. And I know that might sound strange coming from someone who loves Crusader as much as I do, but I think that's exactly why I want more from it. I don't want to keep getting the same experience with a few extra maps and lords added on top. I want Firefly to actually take a risk and do something new. So, what do you think? Are you getting Crusader fatigue? What do you think the team behind Stronghold Crusader DE should do next? Would you like to see a new game mode, new units and buildings, or are you happy with Crusader simply continuing to receive more skirmish content? Let me know what you think in the comments, and also don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more Stronghold content. Also check out the Discord in the description to join a community of like-minded Stronghold fans, discuss ideas and support the channel. Thanks for watching.